Hello everybody, welcome to the international departure area here at Lima Airport. This evening we're going to be flying on United Airlines. It's my first time on an American carrier, quite looking forward to it. We'll be on a 767-300ER up to Houston. So we've just landed into Lima on board a LATAM A320 from Cusco. Just like the international side of the airport, as a domestic arrival you'll need to collect your luggage and then exit the terminal building. And that means passing through the absolute chaos that is taxi drivers outside Lima Airport. In August 2022, which is when we travelled, only passengers were allowed inside the terminal, so we had a short queue to re-enter the building into the departure area, and to get in there we needed to show our travel documents. Hola. Gracias. We have around 2 hours before our flight departs, and as you can see, check-in was deserted and we walked straight up to a free desk. Thanks. Do we need to collect these at Houston and recheck them?
No.
They'll go straight through?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? A T sticker for transfer was placed on our bag tags, meaning no need to collect and recheck in Houston for our onward flights to Heathrow. Something that'll certainly save us some time during our mammoth connection. Thank you. We had already checked in via the app, but as we had our bags to check in and these bag tags to keep, we were issued with paper boarding passes for this flight and for the next one. We headed up to the departure area, which is up these escalators. In this area of the terminal you'll find plenty of shops and most of the fast food eateries. If you're flying domestic, there's only a Starbucks airside, and internationally the restaurants are a lot more premium, shall we say. So if you're on a budget, you should eat this side before you go through security. We had a quick look in this souvenir shop, and of course they sell soft alpacas. No, we didn't get one this time. Okay, so here's a map of the airport courtesy of limaeasy.com. This blue area down here I've just shown you, that's the shops and the food court. The security checkpoint is shown here in red, and the left hand side is used for access into the international departure lounge, with the right hand side for domestic flights. The domestic lounge is shown here next, with the small white area to the right. It's quite a compact domestic departure area, and this vast expanse of green over to the left is the international departure lounge, which takes up most of the terminal building. Before we can enter though, we need to clear immigration, and security took no more than 5 minutes or so to get through, no queues or anything. Immigration though, that was a bit longer. It took us around 30 minutes to get through that part of the terminal, so make sure that you do budget some time for this and don't leave it too tight like we have. Anyway, with that done, let's pick up the story in the departure lounge. Unsurprisingly, we're dropped off straight into a duty-free store before actually getting into a lounge though. It's not a particularly inspiring place to spend some time before your flight, I'll be honest. We're at gate 20 today, which is right at the end of the international area. So it's a good couple, 2, 3, 4 minutes, depending on how fast you walk, from immigration through the duty-free store up to the gate. Things I didn't know, which continue to baffle me. So we've got this thing on our boarding passes, I'll show it now, a little green sticker. For some reason, you're not allowed to take any liquids on the aircraft with you above 100 millilitres. So the standard airport security rules that you'd follow everywhere, but even if you buy a drink or anything that's a liquid airside here, that's post security, you can't take it on the aircraft. There's another full security sweep with everyone's bags at the gate, and everyone's started to go through that now. Amazed that that's still a thing. All I wanted was a bottle of water, but we can't take that through. So a bit crazy really. Hopefully we can get some water on the aircraft, because I am pretty parched. And 6 hours overnight on a 767 is going to leave me even more parched, I think. Beyond that, looking forward to the flight. Hopefully it's quick and uneventful. It's always the best timed. Not sure what we're going to get from a meal option. I've not eaten dinner. The flight's due to leave at 22:11, that's 10:40. So hoping that we get some sort of meal option just after takeoff, that'd be quite good. I'd much rather get a dinner than a breakfast, not a huge breakfast fan. I wouldn't want to get woken up any earlier than what we need to land either. So hopefully we get some food. We will find out when we're on board. One more thing to add, if you do want to buy any sort of food or beverage in the international area of Lima Airport, you might need to remortgage your house or get a bigger credit limit on your credit card. It's astronomical, the prices. We just bought a bottle of Evian, tiny bottle, $4 US. That's the other thing. All the prices on the international side of the airport are in US dollars, whereas on the domestic side they're in soles. So I expect to pay a lot more. Just take a look at some of these sandwiches and pizza prices on here. I honestly can't believe the prices they're charging. It's crazy. Any Peruvian going international would just have a heart attack seeing these, I reckon. With that, let's head to the gate and get on board.
Hello. Rose, Mr. Taylor.
Thank you. Thanks. True.
Hello guys.
Hi, how are you?
Good. 31L.
Thank you very much.
That way.
Thank you.
You're, I assume, 31K?
Great guess. It's a good start with a super friendly greeting. Bags stored, let's settle in. We have this small but bright and responsive touchscreen featuring the headphone jack and a USB port for power. Each seat has one large tray table. There's a wide pocket for your stuff, and a blanket was on each seat as well, but no pillow. Bonus feature, air vents for every seat up top. That really is a winner on a long overnight flight. I liked that the IFE told you what service to expect on board, a meal and a snack. In terms of content, there's plenty to watch and keep you occupied, although I intend to sleep for most of this one. Once the cabin door was closed, due to the different regulations in the US, we're able to remove our face masks, which I have to say was a bit of a godsend at this point. Pushback was on time and takeoff happened around 20 minutes after that. Taking off on runway 16, we head south and make a 180-degree turn to head north towards Central America. Heading alongside the Peruvian coast, we skim Ecuador and then cross Costa Rica, Nicaragua and Honduras before heading into the Gulf of Mexico. We cruise at 34 and 36,000 feet before descending into Texas, turning left to line up and land on runway 27, 20 minutes ahead of schedule. Really quickly, only 45 minutes into our 6-hour voyage, we're served our meal, and this will be the only one we actually get on the flight. It's a packet of crisps and some American style chocolate and a warm sandwich accompanied by our napkin packet. What's in our foil delight then? Well, it's a very warm sandwich with chicken, cheese and maybe some other mystery meat. I actually quite enjoyed it, if I'm honest. We're also offered a soft drink, it's a cola for me, and it's a beer as well, which I couldn't really refuse. These napkins with a United aircraft on them are a really nice touch. I really appreciate things like this. The 767 then is an old but fine aircraft to fly on. Sure, it's louder than a 787, The air isn't as humid, the cabin is a little bit dated, but I do love a wide body with a 232 layout. It's so much easier for couples and makes for a comfortable ride. The seat that we're sat in is actually 18.5 inches wide, and that's over an inch wider than what you'll get on a 787 or a 777 with United and most other airlines. There's 184 economy seats and 30 Polaris business seats on board this particular 767 configuration. The best seats in economy are actually these four here, which are used for crew rest on longer sectors and feature exceptionally good legroom. On shorter flights, these are the ones to go for because you can book them. For medium and long haul, you ain't going to get them, so I'd sit wherever you fancy. To help hear the in-flight entertainment, which can sometimes be useful, United do provide these in-ears, which are okay but not great. It's sort of what you'd expect from free headphones. In addition to the IFE at your seats, you can also access most of it actually via the onboard Wi-Fi when you connect your device, and United offer free in-flight messaging, which I do appreciate. I slept for the next 4 hours, waking up an hour or so before landing. As I've woken up, here's the 767 loo at the rear. It's a fair size, features some hand soap, a sink, and best of all, it's got a toilet. As we're on our final approach now, let's sum up this flight. All in all, I was actually impressed with United here. The crew were friendly, the IFE and the seat were good, and the food, although not the greatest thing I've ever eaten in the sky, was probably all I really needed at that time in the evening. This flight was booked as part of a 5-flight return from Heathrow to Lima on Lufthansa, LATAM and United. The United segments were from Lima to London via Houston, and that part of the journey cost us £204.10. That includes free seat selection and a 23kg bag each. On a cost per mile basis, for this 6-hour flight, that works out at only £80, which, you know what, I think that's a bit of a steal. Alighting now into our 11-hour daytime layover. I hope you enjoyed this one, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on the second leg of this journey. That's on board a United 777, and spoiler, it left a lot to be desired. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.